What's up guys, today's video is on the top 5 best smart TVs of 2024. Through extensive research and testing, I've put together a list of options that'll meet the needs of different types of buyers. So whether it's price, performance, or its particular use, we've got you covered. For more information on the products, I've included links in the description box down below, which are updated for the best prices. Like the video, comment and don't forget to subscribe. Now let's get started. Number 5 Hisense U8H. The U8H has a true 120Hz refresh rate, which leads to better motion performance. Like most TVs in its class today, it also uses quantum dots that help improve color compared to non-QD-equipped TVs. And of course it supports both Dolby Vision and HDR10 high dynamic range formats. These days basically the only manufacturer that doesn't is Samsung. The U8H also has Dolby Vision IQ, which works with an ambient light sensor to automatically adjust the picture. The Hisense U8H delivered excellent overall image quality. For my side-by-side comparisons, I lined up the Hisense U8H next to the TCL 6 series, another mini-LED equipped TV in the same price range, and the Vizio MQX, which lacks mini-LED, has fewer dimming zones and costs a bit less. The U8H is an excellent gaming TV. Playing Halo Infinite on Xbox, I appreciated its bright highlights, relatively accurate color and superb contrast. The TCL did expose a bit more detail in shadows in the default gaming setting, but increasing the black level setting in Hisense's Game Zone menu brought up shadows nicely among all of the smart TV systems. I like Google TV's second best, after Roku. Highlights include excellent voice results thanks to Google Assistant, tight integration with Google Apps, in particular YouTube and YouTube TV, and more apps overall, thanks to the Play Store, than proprietary systems like Samsung and LG. Number 4 Samsung 65-inch S90C OLED TVs seem to get thinner every year, and the S90C is well in keeping with that trend. It measures just 1.6 inches at its thickest point, the control box located at the bottom of the rear panel, and the screen itself measures just over 1/8 in depth, or just barely more than the width of the metal bezel that surrounds the screen on the top, left, and right. At 46.5 pounds, the TV isn't heavy, but its dimensions, 56.9 by 32.7 inches, will make it challenging for most people to safely move solo, so get some help if you can. All 4 HDMI ports bear the newer 2.1 standard. This means any device you connect will support up to 4K resolution at a 120Hz refresh rate. Gamers get additional benefits in the form of variable refresh rate, VRR, and auto low latency mode, ALLM, as well as refresh rates up to 144Hz when the TV is hooked up to an appropriately outfitted PC. Sound on the S90C is in no way remarkable, but it's also in no way bad. Its 40-watt, 2.1 channel system supports Dolby Atmos and object tracking sound light, the latter of which strives to make what you're hearing sound like it's coming from what you're watching. Like almost all of Samsung's recent sets, the S90C boasts impressively low input lag. Using a Leo Bodner 4K lag tester, we measured a mere 9.2 milliseconds, firmly beneath our 10 milliseconds threshold for a great gaming experience and among the very lowest we've encountered. LG's newer sets, when boosted, perform similarly, but Sony doesn't do quite as well. And, as previously mentioned, HDMI 2.1 allowing for VRR, ALLM, and up to 144Hz rates give you just about everything you would need from a gaming TV. Number 3 Sony X90L. The Sony X90L series is a high-value entry in the company's TV lineup, delivering bright and refined-looking images via a regular LED backlight with full-array local dimming. This makes it a great choice for movie viewing, though with 4K 120Hz and Dolby Vision gaming support, it's also a fine option for gaming. A sleek design and adjustable support feet allow the X90L to blend into a wide range of installation scenarios, while its built-in ATSC 3.0 makes it a future-proof choice for broadcast TV. 2 Sony picture-enhancing features found in X90L TVs are XR Contrast Booster and XR Clear Image. The first is designed to increase brightness and decrease blooming effects from the TV's full-array LED backlight. The second is more of a special sauce-type processing that upscales images to 4K and automatically applies adaptive noise reduction and super resolution. There are no menu settings to enable, disable, or adjust XR Clear Image, so it's impossible to gauge its effect, though as you'll read in the picture quality section below, the X90L does deliver consistently crisp-looking images. One of the biggest, most obvious upgrades in the Sony X90L is the brightness. The 65-inch version that Sony sent me had a peak HDR brightness of 1225 nits as measured on a white 10% window test pattern with the TV in its custom picture mode. That's a notable brightness boost over last year's X90K, which measured 964 nits on the same test. Number 2 LG C3 OLED TV. The C3 series is a feature-packed TV option, with a great mix of amenities for both movie fans and gamers. LG's proprietary WebOS 23 Smart TV interface runs the show here, and it provides many of the best streaming apps, including Netflix, HBO Max, Prime Video, Disney+, Apple TV+, Hulu, Paramount+, Peacock, YouTube TV, and Spotify. LG's new Alpha 9 Gen 6 chip is used for picture processing on C3 series sets, which have a 120Hz refresh rate. HDR support extends to Dolby Vision IQ, HDR10, and HLG, but not the HDR10 Plus format. LG C3 in Filmmaker HDR mode, peak light output measured 830 nits, and it was 670 nits in standard mode. That's a slight improvement on last year's C2, though it's definitely overshadowed by the 70% brightness increase LG is claiming for its new flagship G3 series in comparison with more basic OLEDs like its B3 series. The C3 series has a composite fiber construction that's more lightweight than last year's C2 OLEDs. Its panel is thin, though the integrated input section adds a degree of bulk that you won't find on the flagship G3 series. An included aluminum center-mounted stand has a good look and provides solid support for the TV, though I preferred the design of the stand that came with the SC9 soundbar, which provided a cable management option. Number 1 Samsung S95C. The Samsung S95C OLED TV is a premium and well-rounded TV that impressed in our benchmark testing across the board. Upgrades compared to the previous gen model show Samsung is taking OLED seriously, plus the set is great for gamers. The Samsung S95C OLED TV has all the visual marks of a premium OLED TV, metal materials, a bezel-less screen and an impressively thin panel. It's even thinner than the S95B, measuring a mere 10mm thick. Speaking of ports, the TV has 4 HDMI 2.1, including one with eARC support for soundbar. It also features 3 USB ports, plus a built-in ATSC 3.0 tuner for next-gen TV in the markets where the 4K over-the-air broadcast technology is available. When we tested the Samsung S95C OLED TV with our X-Rite i1 Pro spectrophotometer and SpectraCal CalMan Ultimate Calibration software, the display was able to reproduce about 141.5% of the Rec. 709 color space in standard mode, which is in the range of what we want to see from premium OLED TVs. For comparison, the LG C2 OLED TV covered 134.5%. The Samsung S95C OLED TV also tested a Delta E accuracy score of 1.4, with closer to 0 being best, in Filmmaker mode, which typically provides the most accurate picture out of the box. That said, the S95C doesn't have Dolby Vision, so there could be a disconnect between the creator's intent and the color of the picture that's ultimately produced. But most viewers will be satisfied with the impressive HDR and HDR10 Plus performance. The Smart TV platform is a major part of using this TV. The Samsung S95C OLED TV has the company's Tizen platform, with no real changes to note for this year. Samsung told us a while back that's because they want customers to get used to the big change from a few years ago. We can't say it's our favorite in terms of navigation, but you can still find all the major streaming apps, plus plenty of free content from Samsung TV Plus. What we do like is that the TV can act as a SmartThings hub. If you're growing your smart home or embracing the Matter smart home protocol, this TV can be the center of control, even if you own smart home devices from all different manufacturers. Thank you for watching this video. Do like and subscribe.